so this is my CSCI1300 Project 2. You have to make Candyland, and it teaches you how to use classes and header files and driver files and all that. So we'll start with the board header file. So the biggest one, it's pretty similar to the one that we were given. The only difference is that I have player position a lot, or player number, because it changes per player position because I have that in this instead of the actual player. It generates all this stuff. It checks if it's used by other things like candy stores and whatnot. Speaking of candy store, here's the candy store. It's very simple to, or very easy. It's similar to player.h here, which is the player's attributes and all this. See, there's all the similarities, getters and setters, all that normal stuff. Finds a candy, adds a candy, removes a candy. Make sure that the rest of the array gets fixed for that. Here it draws a card. I use integers instead of strings. I just have the code for what integer means what. Kind of helps later. Checks if it has different types of candies, changes gold. Here it loads the game from candies and characters. And then here it does the same thing as the player pretty much. That's my bad. There it loads the things from the actual files. We have the puzzles, which like the riddles and whatnot. It loads it from riddles.txt. So that's what all this is. And then here it actually plays rock, paper, scissors, and all the different choices for that. And then here's the actual driver. Scroll to the top. And then we have it's a seed rand, of course. It asks for the names of the players and choose what characters they have. And then it asks if they want to go to the candy store. This is here I like kind of initialize the candy store, I guess you could say. Where I set the candies and set their positions. Or not the positions, just the candies. And the names. Here it's asking just candy store stuff. And here's where the game actually starts in a big while loop. So here it determines which player is the current player, which player is the other player based on the turn timer. Checks for a turn lost, checks for 2 turns lost based on stamina, checks for an extra draw. And then here's where it chooses to draw a card. And this is why I was using integers earlier, just easier here. And I just have math that determines what color the tile currently is. I know there's other ways to do it. If you use like getters from the board and then use underscore tiles, that whole array. But this kind of made sense to me more. Then I have error in case for some reason it's just not in bounds. Here it says what card they got, and here it checks if they're the same tile as another player, asks if they want to take money or not. Here's if they land on a gummy wall, because the turn lost. And the temp turn is used to determine what turn number they'll actually get back in on. Here's the candy store, which is used above as well. So that's what candy they have. Make sure they have enough gold, of course. Here's special tiles. So, use random numbers to figure out which special tile they have. Here's a hidden treasure. All the different types of rewards they can get if they get the riddle right, which you can see here. And then here we have the actual game over conditions where it writes to a file. You can use a for loop there and stuff, but I figure since there's only 2 players, I could just write it all out. And lastly, it checks if there's calamity. If any of those other things happen besides the store, calamity possible becomes false, and so it won't happen. It won't confuse the player. Here's all the different calamities. Here's if they choose 2 instead of drawing a card. They choose to use a candy. Here's all the effects of the candy, and here's if they choose 3, which is to print the inventory. So we can just play it here. You can really only choose 2. Choose A for the first person. You can use Chocolate Charlie. B for the second person. Use Jelly Bean Jane. They can visit the store. They can buy the Toxic Taffy. Now they have 75 gold, it updates all that. I'm able to sleep with 4, and the other person doesn't really need to go either. Draw a card. They land on an ice cream shop, they draw again, automatically. Now it's B's turn, they go. Unfortunate, they only go one space and they swipe their coins. Here you can see player stats, their candies. You can use a candy here. Let's use a toxic taffy. B now has 79 stamina. Took away some of that. Draw a card. Draw a card. You know, keeps going over and over. Come trap forest. Went back 4 spaces. Oh, candy store. They can get a caramel comet. Why not? And then 4 to leave. It goes forever. All that. Okay, that's it. Thank you.